Hello and welcome to my tutorial of the free open source video editing software known as Shotcut. This tutorial is for Windows 10 only. However, Shotcut is also compatible with Mac OS, Windows 7, 8 and Linux. It supports up to 4K resolution for videos as well as mainstream video, images and audio formats. The software can be downloaded at https://www.shotcut.org. I have already downloaded it, so I'll open it now to show you the interface. Yes, the interface. So, the file button, which is here, allows you to save incomplete projects or open ones that were saved previously. The Edit tab lets you undo, redo, cut, copy, or paste. The View tab can be used to toggle which toolbars are visible. Settings is for changing the video defaults, language, theme, and what the deinterlacer and interpolation are set to. At the moment they are on the best setting. For the deinterlacer, this is Yatif-temporal and spatial. And for the interpolation, it is hyper/length-zos. Progressive should be enabled, which is this one here. Progressive should be enabled, as it is a better scanning method than interlaced. The Help tab contains upgrade, which checks for updates. It doesn't get you a premium version, it actually checks for updates. That's what the upgrade tab does. FAQ, tutorials, forum, and about Shotcut, and also about Qt, which I think is what it uses. So that's the Help tab. You can use the Playlist tab, which is this one. You can use the Playlist tab to place videos into the timeline or view their properties. There are no properties at the moment because there are no videos there, but yes, once there are videos in there, you can view properties. I will demonstrate with my two intro videos, as you can see here. So I'll demonstrate with my two intro videos. So this one and this one. So I'll demonstrate my two intro videos. As you can see here. So if I click on one, it will show me the properties. So the duration, the resolution, so the codec for it, the resolution, the frame rate, and the format, aspect ratio, the audio type, which is AAC, sample rate, metadata. You shouldn't need to know metadata. So that's the property. So here's the playlist. This software only allows for basic video editing. For more advanced editing, you would need Adobe Premiere Pro or Sony Vegas. They are better, but you must purchase them. They aren't free. By default, Shotcut always exports videos. By default, Shotcut always exports videos at 60% of the original quality. As you can see there, 60% by default. Which makes exporting take less time, but the output video looks less impressive than the original. And this can be changed by going to the Codec tab, which is what I'm in right now, and changing the quality value to 100%. It doesn't go any higher. 100. Simple as that. Unfortunately, you can't set it to default to 100. Also, the default video codec is always libx264, but I always change it to default for format, which is at the top here. The default resolution, frame rate, and aspect ratio in the video tab should all be left the same unless you're editing a 4K video, in which case you'll change the resolution from 1920 by 1080, which is what it is now, to 3840 by 2160. Video shapes are almost always rectangular, as that is the standard. The higher value is the length of the video frame, so this length here, that's the length, so that's the 1920. And the lower value is the width of the video frame, which is vertical. So this is the lower value. This is the 1080 part of it. This is the vertical bit. So this is 1080. This is 1920. The higher value, yep, of course. Aspect ratio should always remain 16:9. Don't reverse these numbers because the resolution, the length is always going to be higher. So you want to leave that 16:9. Don't invest them. Some video players still use an aspect ratio of 4:3, but this is becoming redundant. The codec for audio is separate to the codec to video, which is here. By default it is AAC, so you shouldn't change it unless you know what you're doing. The default sample rate is 48,000 Hertz, and a higher value means smoother sounding audio, but 48,000 Hertz still sounds fine. It's also known as 48 kilohertz, so you can go to a maximum of 96,000 Hertz, but 48,000, the default is, that's about, you shouldn't need anything higher than that. And of course, if you have a higher sample rate, the video output will be a lot larger because it's more information. I will demonstrate the exporting process with this video I recorded earlier called Catching My Second Legendary Entei. So that is here, so that's, where is it? It would be in, so it would be in videos. Let's see, catching. Wait, where's it? Here it is. So in there, and I put it to the playlist. So the way I do it is the intro goes here, and then I put the video in the middle, because this is basic software, so it doesn't involve a whole lot. Then I just wait for a moment while it loads all the audio, which you'll tell because these got these frequency things. So the audio is loaded, as you can see by those things there, and then you want to slide it right next to that here. So it's next to my intro, and of course I can't forget my outro. Gotta make sure they're right next to each other, which they are. And then I go to my outro, which is 15 seconds. Both my intro and outro are about 15 seconds, not much, and I put it again right next to here. And now it is ready for exporting, although I have to make sure everything is correct. So export tab, so 1920 1080, yep, resolution's fine. The aspect ratio 16:9, perfect. Frames per second 60, perfect. Scan mode progressive, that's always the case, which is good. Field order, doesn't need one. Deinterlacer, YADF. Interpolation, no, not bilinear, that's only good. You want the best option, hyperlength. However, you want to disable parallel processing because, as it says, sometimes this can be a problem, and you can test it to yourself else. For example, some interlaced AVCHD in conjunction with the YADF deinterlacer has been reported problematic with parallel processing enabled. And what deinterlacer are we using? The YADF one, so we have to turn that off. Otherwise it might cause a few problems. So that's fine, The codec, default quality is 100%, we're not losing anything. Sample rate is fine, we don't need to change that. Other is just, I don't know what other is. And then we go to export video. Actually, before I do that, I actually need to get the name of the video. So where is it? It's over here. Alright, so I want to rename, then Control C to copy the name and get out of there. Export file, and I want to go to 100% quality because that's what it is. No, it's further up. It is this one. And that's the file extension, MP4. You don't want to change that. And I go Control V to paste it. So that's the video, and if I press save, it should start to export, and that percentage shows you the progress. And what I do, which helps speed up the process, is I go to details and I find the specific process, which is what's doing the exporting. And in this case, it's qmelt.exe. So if you see this running, that's the exporting. So don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm going to change that to high, even though it may cause system instability. And this is also where I turn on my cooling fans, just to make sure my computer doesn't overheat. I mean, it's already a fast computer with a solid state drive, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't overheat. So we've got 13%, 40%. So now it's exporting. It's happening quickly. For longer videos, it would take a lot longer. Because this video is so short, it doesn't take long. So yep, we've got it. It's doing it. And if you go to the folder, if you go to this, you'll see it's in here. See, look, there it is. It's right there. It's right there. It's being exported. It says 10.4 megabytes. And every time you refresh it, it will get larger. So now it's 10.5. See, it's going up because that's the file, and that's also why it doesn't have a thumbnail yet, because the video's incomplete. And if you try and open it, it won't let you because the video's not ready yet. It's not been fully done. So if I try and open this right now, look what's going to happen. It's going to tell me an error. It's going to give me an error because the video's not ready yet. Actually, no, it doesn't give me an error. It just gives me a black thing. So the video's not ready. So you've got to be patient. So 37. Yep, it's getting there. With all the right settings. This is how you export videos. Okay, so it's a 41. It's 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. It's exporting. Okay, so even though this video is short, it's still taking a while because, well, it's I don't know how to describe it. It's being exported at 60 frames per second in full HD. So I guess there's some reasoning behind why it might be taking a bit long. But yeah. That's so I can't really show it all because I got time limit, but I'll come back to it when it's finished.